I'm Kim Krugstead. I am the pastor here. I've been here about 4.5 years. I've been a ELCA Lutheran for about 32 years. So I've been in other places.
Okay. So I guess our first question is, what do Lutherans believe in? Like, what are their fundamental
God.
beliefs?
I would think one of the primary words for Lutherans is grace. Is that everything that we have is by the grace of God. We don't earn it. We don't need to make a decision for Christ. Christ has already made a decision for us. And so we focus on baptism. We baptize infants as a way of saying there's nothing this baby did or didn't do to deserve God's grace. And so God makes a promise to that child, and God will always keep that promise, not dependent on what the baby does or says. So grace, it's all, we believe that grace comes from the cross of Christ, and it's for all people, not just for Lutherans. That's why when I invited people to come for communion, I always say you need not be a Lutheran nor a member of this congregation. It's Jesus' table, and he's the one that invites.
Yeah, that's really nice. What do Lutherans think of other religions or other Christian religions?
It's like, we're different brands, and our different flavors. Some churches will emphasize something other than we do. I don't feel I'm in competition with anybody. That way I can be authentically, I can preach the message that I feel that God has given us here, the Lutheran taste on it, and we do things with other churches.
How do you guys believe salvation is earned, or how you get salvation?
It's a gift.
Okay.
We don't earn it. There's no way we could ever earn it.
Okay. Yeah.
We understand the law that it does two things to us. It helps us to live together, how we are to live together, but ultimately it condemns us because we can never live up to the law. And then it drives us to the cross, because in Jesus is all of our salvation. And so I don't have to accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, because Jesus has already done everything. If I had to do that, then that would say that what Jesus did on the cross wasn't quite good enough to save me. Jesus has done it all.
Okay. I have a question about the attire that you guys wear, or so like,
It goes. We are a liturgical church, like the Catholics and the Episcopalians, and the robe I wear, we call it an alb, A-L-B, and the idea is in Galatians or Ephesians, it talks about putting on Christ, and so that when I'm up there, I'm a blank slate, so you can see Christ. It's called a stole that I wear around my neck, the colored thing. Only ordained clergy wear that, and it's a sign of my office. But it's also putting on the yoke of Christ, from Matthew. Take my yoke upon you. Lutherans talk about word and sacrament, so that to give people a full experience of the grace of God when they come to church, and sometimes the sermon just doesn't hit it for them, and so there's the sacrament. But it's not one over the other. One's not more important than the other. In the sacrament, I hear God saying, it's not so much God so loved the world, but God so loved Kim. And I need to hear that every week. And so we offer communion.